Hello everyone, MarcusWolfe here, welcoming you all back to another episode of Disco Elysium, where I don't hear any music, and it kind of concerns me. I hear footsteps, but that's it. Anyway, last we left off, we came here, talked to someone here who works with the harbor. Oh, now we get the noise, Jesus. Who worked at the harbor, and we talked with this apparently de facto leader, who doesn't seem to have his own mindset. He seems to be reading from a script, if you will, when talking about the strike. And I didn't quite explain myself well last time, and so I'll do it real briefly. The reason why I felt off about this being called a strike is because I feel it's not really a strike. It's more. It feels almost kind of like a boycott, if you will. It's like, you won't give us jobs, then we will make sure that you do not get any business. We are blocking the roads, and we cause so much turmoil and trouble that we caused you to blockade the doors, even though we want to work. So, I wouldn't call this so much as a strike, more than a boycott, because these guys don't work here. But they want to work, so they're kind of using they're using the local area as a hostage, if you will, as a bargaining tool to try and work. Kind of like what a strike is, but a strike is more that go back up, you crazy people. The strike is more like if this worker here, he's on strike right now. He works for this company. He's like, I refuse to work until safer conditions are met. And a boycott is like, we refuse to shop here until you decide to clean up your act and make this place into less of a death trap. You know, that kind of thing. So that's more of a boycott down there than what I would say a strike. But that's just me. Continuing on. A notice. In case of a strike, press button behind guard. Okay. A hermetically sealed door, locked by electronic means. There's no lockpicking or door kicking this one down. Good to know. So in case of a strike, press the button behind a guard. That's gonna sound very interesting. Can I talk to you? No, it's just looking monolithic. Can I talk to anyone here besides Mr. Man? No, apparently just Mr. Man. Hey, Mr. Man.
Your body betrays your degeneracy.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
The young woman at the giant's side agrees. What? I thought these were harbor workers. What? Is he the big man and are these his groupies? Or is he a pimp and these are his ladies? I'm not sure. Those are my two first impressions of this guy right now. Say nothing. Size him up first.
Are you admiring my morphophysiology?
A ripple of muscle passes underneath his skin. He lets you look.
It must be frightening to stand in the shadow of this racial pinnacle. Be calm, Am Sandwich. You are not in danger, because you are not a threat to me.
Puff out your chest, but still say nothing.
What is this androgynous display of sexual maturity?
He looks down at you, taking stock of your physique.
Merely standing up makes you sweat profusely. Your breathing is erratic. Your own heartbeat in your ears grows frantic, and you feel your blood pressure rise.
Damn, just standing up straight and you have... Man, your endurance is shot, my friend.
Stop it! You are embarrassing yourself in front of this woman and your pedomorphic friend. This display of weakness may appeal to older women with a stronger maternal instinct, but it is a liability here on Battlefield Martinez.
Jean-Luc, his body is betraying his degeneracy pretty hard. Maybe you can ask him to leave.
Oh, okay, well thank you for giving me his name. Jean-Luc. I'm sorry. Okay, the more I Shoot, the more I think about it, the more I feel like he is like the pimp, and these are his girls. I'm sorry, I just can't help feeling that way. Alright, so what do you mean that my body betrays my degeneracy?
You have succumbed to Al-Ghul.
His face contorts in disgust, as if he were smelling a dead rat.
You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al-Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
Wait, I'm sorry, you lost me. Al Ghul?
Yes, Al-Ghul.
He means alcohol.
Ah. Fair enough. Understood. Do you mean alcohol?
Correct. My small skull servant.
He nods approvingly.
Al-Ghul is an ancient Ilmaran poison. A parasitic fungus that has colonized your race. It is a trick the desert pygmies played on you for humiliating them and stripping them of their land.
Okay, now he's sounding less pimp-like and more witch doctor-esque. my impression of him keeps flip-flopping. I don't know what to make of him. I really don't.
Intentionally fermented drinks have existed for 10,000 years.
Well, to be fair, the Ilmaran people did not invent alcohol. It's existed since the Neolithics.
This is a fabrication the alchemists of Yizot and Bashir and their Rolam and Ghul have fed your people. Go on believing in it, race loser.
Fabrication of the alchemists of Yesut and Bashir and their golem Al-Ghul. Sir, are we talking about the same thing here? Well, when you throw out the word golem, it kind of reminds me of what was that game again? It kind of reminds me of alchemy. Well, then again, he did say the alchemists, so oh god, what was that game? Haunting Ground with the golem, and it's like alchemy. I'm starting to get some weird alchemic vibes from you, sir. I don't think that's how history works.
Why don't you have another drink? Your features are not yet congenitally deformed enough.
Oh yeah, Measurehead.
The babe looks at him with eyes full of admiration that transcends the merely sexual. Good to know, good to know, narrator man. Good to know. Alright then, fine. I'll admit I'm a servant of Al Ghul, but I still need to enter the harbor, I'm afraid.
No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the Am Sandwich race is waning.
Does this remind you of someone? The guy down there?
Huh. Okay. You know, the fat, wonderful, anti person down there? You're just pumping, you're just him after pumping some iron, you know that, right?
Look at my craniology. I am the pinnacle of my haplogroup. The pink blob is a bad example, even of yours. It saddens me. You were once a noble and powerful race. You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft. You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Quakers. But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture. You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor.
I don't know. This guy's a wall. I'm not gonna push him out of the way. And, oh god. He's very philosophical, quite clear. I think that guy that was halfway up the stairs mentioned he's kind of a philosophical-ish guy. Philosophical and alchemic science-oriented. Okay, you know what? Fine. You're right about all this. Now, can you just please let me go into the harbor?
Enough with this begging. You should leave the stage of history with dignity by inviting the other races to a great world war. Bring your troops to the Simonine Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will build a museum for you. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality you call art, and your microcephalic skulls.
What? Wait, what? Okay, Al Ghul I get. Inside we will store the odes to homosexuality you call art. Odes to homosexuality you call... Wait, what kind of art installations are you seeing that you would jump to homosexuality? I am honestly actually quite curious. What kind of art installations are you looking at? Granted, some arts do kind of literally, figuratively, or kind of partially talk about that, sexuality, but I kind of want to know what kind of art he's talking about.
There may be a peaceful solution to this. You could internalize Meshahed's race theory. He would take you as one of his own.
Fair, but wouldn't that mean I have to become a Seminese supremacist myself?
Well, not as such. What you do with the mastery of advanced race theory is up to you. You could reject the findings, sure, or accept them and become an advanced racist.
Why is everyone racist? This guy talks in, like, tongues, and is less obvious about his racism. Okay, well, I wouldn't say less obvious, but if you don't look past his, kind of philosophical way of talking, it is easy to get lost in his words and be like, what are you talking about? But he is racist. He's just less of a dummy guy down there. The dummy guy down there was just blatantly in your face. So that's actually quite interesting that we have two different ways of pursuing this topic. I'm actually surprised and impressed that they approached that topic twice, but in different ways. The super obvious, and the if you don't listen closely, you might miss it way, until they spell it out to you. So I do like that. I do like that. If you don't mind me asking, you served a union, right? Aren't they, you know, white?
Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that.
He turns his eyes towards the harbor, seemingly bored with you. Yeah, but at the end of the day, you are still serving them. How exactly does that factor into your overall life?
Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront polycultural capital, something your race, naivistic communists, never did. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic.
I'm desperately trying to figure out his line of thought. I desperately am. So, he sees the idea of serving under someone as noble. It takes... I will assume he does not mean slavery, because that's kind of what we were, I would say, alluding to, because working under him, so, like, you're lesser than him, but he's saying that it's... So, yeah. Petulant individualism has only... What is that term that when someone denies individuality in terms of, the terms of self and politics? Because he's trying to morph this into politics as well. Huh. Interesting. Well, let me just stop you right there. I'm no communist, okay?
Of course you are, Levasholian man. The failure of communism to challenge the world order is the core of your race fate. All around you, the fruits of its defeat. Individualism, rock and roll music, sexually transmitted disease.
You know what? I give up trying to figure out what he's saying. It's... That man was right on the stairs. This man's way of thinking is very... It may connect in his head, but I'm not getting this connection. Where do we go? How do we get from communism and connecting so-called failures to individualism, rock and roll music, STDs? Is that, the last part is throwing me off. It's like, how does that have anything to do with communism? Unless he's saying that in a communistic nation, everyone shares everything. So what is it? Kind of like a thing like, you get an STD, you get an STD, you get it, we all get one. Is that what he's trying to connect with? That everyone shares everything? Huh.
Above all, rampant multinational finance still reigning large. Tell me, where have you gotten your love of pathetic communism from? Degenerate youth culture? Rock and roll music?
This tells you I am not politically minded, because degenerate youth culture, okay, I can kind of see where he might be going to. What does rock and roll music have to do with communism? I truly don't know. Rock and roll music, I think, in its heyday, was kind of seen as, like, the rebellious music. It's not the prim, proper, classical, ballroom dance, jig, jive, 1940s Charleston music. Rock and roll was like, loud, guitar riff, strong. That sounds more like, as I said, it's like you're breaking out from the status quo. Communism, kind of like you stay in the status quo and everyone shares the same thing? I don't know, whatever. I give up. Well, in fairness, I've gotten it from disco.
Offshoots of the Seminoles people invented disco while having sex under the influence of cocaine. It is a shame upon my race. But what is done is done.
Okay, that I will somewhat agree with. I know some music styles have kind of had their roots in the party scene. I think disco kind of does. I'm not very good with musical theory and history, but I think disco kind of had the same idea to some degree. So I will agree with you on that.
I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Seminoles race.
Okay, let me bite. Who are the Seminoles?
The South Island race, haplogroup A4A. We are the rightful masters of the Insulindian archipelago. We descend from the Areopagites of ancient Pericarnassus and arrived here 4,000 years ago. Millennia before you. We are the future. That is all you need to know.
Okay. So, were you born and raised on the islands before moving here to Revachol?
I am a descendant. The narrow streets of Ulumbuir are with me in my genetic dreams. I see young Simonese women walk into the grey mass on Ile de Fantôme, waiting on immaculate conception from the pale.
Are we jumping into a bit of religiousness here now? Immaculate Conception? Virgin Marys? I am so lost with this guy now. I really am. I'm sorry. You are a descendant of the people of the islands. So you did come from there?
No. I have heard about it on the radio.
So then you're not really Simonese. You're just from Revachol, like me.
I'm from Couronne. And no, it is not just in Revachol. The city is central to the Simonese strategy. Spreading through its trade networks, our culture will dominate the world. You have heard enough about our phylogenetic secrets for today. You have extinction to come to terms with, and never getting into the harbor.
Kim, I'm sorry, but what do you think about this? I need a second opinion here. Desperately.
I think this racist is better than the last, but the next racist will be the really good one.
That will be the...
Well, that'll end up being our lucky racist then.
He will grant us 3 wishes.
Your pedomorphic friend has quick wits. A protruding occiput and an indented zygomatic bone.
The lieutenant does not flinch.
You should keep him close. The congenital defect of farsightedness does not render him a complete invalid. He still has the use of his mind.
Cool. I will keep that in mind. Thank you. If you do not mind me asking, what are those tattoos of yours? I see them on your body. What exactly do they mean?
Racists are generally not very good examples of their race.
He gestures towards the lorry man down the street.
Welcome to Revachol. You hear him yell at a redhead woman visiting the fritter nearby.
Oh dear.
He must think redheads are immigrants.
All you had to say, my dear head voice, was the words, "Welcome to Revachol." I swear, now that I hear that, I will never... The words "Welcome to Revachol" has now been... become an evil thing to me, thanks to Mr. Man down there. Ugh.
I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently draw a phrenologic grid on my skull and features. This should dispel any doubt.
Ah. Now you're just coming off as, psychotic? Some kind of psychosis. What was that? Schizophrenic? No, maybe not schizophrenic. Or maybe it is schizophrenic. I don't know. Some subset of mental instability.
The drawings are precise and look true to their pseudo-scientific ambitions. One thing, however, it is not entirely free of throwbacks in the phylogenetic tree. His large jaw, for example, could be a trait indicative of criminalism. Also, his earlobes could be small.
Are you sure? I mean, to be fair, I do still have my doubts. Example being your jaw. That seems to me like a clear atavistic stigmata.
That atavistic stigmata makes pussy say yes, plenty.
Girl, no one talked to you. No one was talking to you, okay? You stay out of this.
Babe, thanks. But I got this.
Fine. Do you happen to know anything about this, mug?
He does not so much as glance at the object.
Do you know anything about it?
Stop showing me your pathetic cup. I have no interest in it.
He had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I had a feeling. I just wanted to try it. Thank you, Mr. Brain. Alright. I was low-key hoping to... Oh, I beat him in craniometrics. Wow. I'm still not gonna punch him. Cause I need a I have a 3. I need a 10. Hell no. Besides, last time, what I did was I knocked out a kid. I felt so bad. No, let's go ahead and try to subscribe to his advanced race theory. Let's make him think that we are a part of his mindset. You know, the old one of us. One of us.
Ask what kind of races there are first. Classification is core to this stuff.
Oh my god, I got a crit. Oh yeah. Alright, sir. Prepare to be mentally bested by can't believe I got a crit. By non-physiological philosophy. Okay, well, Measurehead, I am new to this world, as I'm sure you know. Please, help me understand its races. I need to know what kind of different races there are.
Do you?
The lieutenant looks at you. Look, Kim, please just follow along. This is, you know, for the thing.
The lieutenant looks toward the harbor's electronic door, and then to you. He lets out an audible sigh.
You are obviously a liberal, Sailorite. A polyculturalist. I can see it from your love of mycotechnology and your sartorial choices. Do not deny your friend the truth you have denied yourself.
Okay, now that I actually have an anchor to kind of like an actual person to pair his words with, because everything he said, I felt like I couldn't connect because I don't have a visual anchor. Now that he's talking about Kim, I can see he's a very what's the word I'm looking for? He's very oh god. He pays attention to things. He clearly does. He knew that Kim likes technology. I mean, I can tell he likes his car, that's for sure. I never heard of the word sartorial, so I don't know what that means. So, if anything, he is very observant.
There are 3 categories of race. Type A, the heroic races. Type B, the servile races. And the vile CF race cauldron of pederasty. Which one do you need education on?
Pederastry? Isn't that reading? Something to do with reading and books? Well, let's go in order first. Oh god, I might be only able to choose one. The vile CF race cauldron of pederastry, please.
I knew you would go straight for the vile cauldron. Everyone does. You need to first learn about type A and B to appreciate the depravity of the chimeric races.
Yeah, I mean, otherwise, it just won't make any sense.
Yes, it would seem nonsensical.
Alright then, type A it is. Wow, I feel so called out right there. I feel so called out. I just wanted to know about the pederastry.
Those are the Simones, the Areopagite, and the Occidentals, excluding the Maun, of course. The Maun are riddled with eczema to the point where they find it impossible to smile. They are all lactose intolerant, a common result of inbreeding.
Why does this game call me? Why do I feel like this game is calling me out? And I'm only talking about the eczema thing. The Mon are riddled with eczema to the point where they find it impossible to smile. It's like, I have eczema. It can get bad. I can still smile. And I'm also just slightly lactose intolerant. I mean, it doesn't kill me, thankfully. It just makes me gassy. But I feel so called out by this game. God damn it.
A receding genetic pool has led the Maun on reprehensible street parades. In Maun cities like Stadskanal and Vredefort, wearing wooden clogs on their feet and little green tassels on their hats.
Okay. Got it. But who are the Type A then, in your perspective?
The Vespertines and Messenians of Vesper and Messina, the ancient Meteorans of Meteo by the golden Pisantic Sea, the Suren of Sur-la-Clé, and even the North Königsteiners, all have Type A race propensities. The other large Mondial civilization, the Mesk, are too yellow and oleaginous to count as a heroic race. True, they are violent and expansionist, but they have a glandular problem.
He draws his finger across his face.
Overproduction of sebum. Sebum is leaking into their brains, making them listen to El Mariachi music and eat toxic minced meat-based food, which in turn only produces more sebum.
Wait. The Mesk. So you're basically talking about the Latinos? Huh. Oh, okay. I'm not gonna go there. I have friends who are Latinos. So I'm totally not going there. And who are the Seminoles and Areopagites in all this?
As proven by the Maun and the Mesk, Occidental Type A is in retrograde. The Seminoles and the Areopagites are on the ascent.
The Maun. Who are the Maun? Maun. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. In Maun cities like Stas that cannot wearing wooden clogs on their feet. German? Green oh. I don't know enough about this particular reference to know what culture Maun is supposed to be. I don't, I'm afraid. Alright. So, what is the difference between the Seminoles and the Areopagites?
The Areopagites are sleek, long-headed. The Seminoles are powerful, mesomorphic. The former is an immutable progenitor, unchanged since the Super Isola of Pericarnassus. Ancient brains rest in their slender skulls.
He falls silent, contemplating the beauty and the mystery.
The latter is perfected and adapting. Together they form the Semino-Areopagite or Simeopagite super race. That is all. There are no more Type A races in the world.
Okay. Sure, Type B now, please.
Type B are the unheroic races, amorphous non-competitors of the great race. The Khoikos and the Vacholier, they are mud-colored people.
The Khoikos of Grad, Yugo, Zhimsk, Shest et al. Are what you would call white officer in a suspect description.
Huh. Mud-colored.
To an untrained eye, the Khoiko appear white and pinkish, like a ham sandwich. But look into their eyes and you will see. They are of an indistinct muddy color, and so is their skin. Unhealthy, sweaty, and ashen. Pinkness is a racial quality that has to be earned through centuries of advanced ballistic warfare and cultural domination that the Grad people have undergone for drinking alcohol and smoking the degenerate tobacco and for eating potato. The Khoikhoi, the countless micronationalities of Grad, are all inexplicably obsessed with Podat. The only thing they like more is dividing into microscopic ethnostates, like political amoeba.
Wouldn't he be one for ethnostates?
Funny. I would have thought that you'd be one for ethnostates. You're not into that?
They are microscopic. The Semino-Areopagite superstate will cover the entire remaining planetary crust, uninterrupted. From Holy Semenine to the Boreal Plateau of Katla. Its leaders will be the genetic epitome of the Semenese and Areopagite stock, elected by nature, not the base inner spoilage called demos.
And Vacholiers, you mentioned?
Revacholians, halfway between Type A and the racial called Ron. Two mixed to know right from wrong. You tried your degenerate little revolution, which was the single greatest failure committed by humans in our 82,000-year history on this planet.
Is it 82,000 years that we've been recording history? You have very little idea of what is happening, but that seems a little off.
I'm getting such a headache listening to this guy, and I want to call it quits so hard, but I cannot. I cannot stop because I want this button, and I need to convince this dumb man to move. Oh my god. Well, to be fair, that revolution sounds like it was perpetrated by degenerate marauders. Not all people of Revachol were in for that.
The revolution came to Ravachol from Grad, in Zaraz-ridden potato carts. It is literally an illness, a prion disease that leaves the parietal and frontal lobe ridden with holes. A soft, sponge-like mass of dementia, hallucination, and paranoia. The revolution is fatal familial insomnia. A hereditary prion condition passed from the Khoikhoi to the Occidentals. But not sexually. Probably through trade routes and potate acid, the prime component of the potato plant. Enough of Tibet mediocrity.
He nods, satisfied with the outcome. Sure, thank you, because I am getting so freaking lost. But what I came here for, the vile CF race culture and pederastry, please.
Tips CF are a museum of failed chimeric experiments and tragic maladaptations. They are tortured creatures waiting to be put to sleep. Your morbid interest in them worries me.
Well, I figured I just, I heard Type A, Type B, you happen to mention the Type CF, so why not, So what, with the chimeric experiments?
Lesser races like the mosquito, a grotesque mixture of a masked woman and a Semenine.
Oh my god.
Only possible if the mother is masked and the father Semenese. The other way around, they fail to produce offspring.
Wow, that...
The mosquito is born sterile, like a donkey. All they have left is to ride customized motor carriages with hydraulic suspension. listening to aggressive El Mariachi music to vent their impotent despair.
It seems unlikely that two human beings produce genetically sterile offspring.
I'm sorry, but maybe I misunderstood something. Aren't humans very similar, no matter the race, to... I mean, it's impossible for any race to genetically, sterile offspring.
You are right. You have misunderstood. You lack basic phylogenetic education.
Any more?
Then there is the Simino Koiki Chimera. Are you sure you wish to know of the Simino Koiki Chimera? It is not an aesthetic site.
Curiosity killed the cat. Oh God. Yes. God, I'm torturing myself with this. I really am. But I can't. Of all the things he's talked about, I think I understood like a tenth of what he said.
The Koiko, as you know, are very servile, especially when they meet the rich man. Racial scientists have toyed with the idea of crossing the Simonese with the Koiko to produce a super worker of Simonese strength and great servility. This will never happen. The Simonese and the Koiko may have similar interbreeding problems as the mosquito. We will never know precisely. No Simonese man could maintain an erection in the suffocating potato stench of a Koiko woman, or Koika. But enough. It is cruel to entertain ourselves with the deformities of Type F. Were there any able-bodied races you needed education on?
Wow, okay, Vile's CF really opened my eyes on just how racist he is. He masks his racism behind pretty words, like very pretty words, big words, that you get confused rather than say, oh, racist. But this last part, now that I'm used to his confusion, oh boy, it's like I just heard the word mosquito and then like read ahead so quick. It's like, oh God. It's like, can we please not create names of obvious racial disparity? It's like, oh my God. So now that I've been through all the types, do I understand advanced race theory?
You understand nothing. To solve the great race enigma, you have to first ask yourself, what is the race enigma? You have not even worded the mystery, let alone solved it.
And if I were to word the mystery, will I be allowed into the harbor?
We will see.
Access to the Union is important for our investigation, but there may be another way without becoming a race theoretician.
To be fair, I do agree with Kim. I honestly don't have that much more time to get deeper into this stuff.
Lost, though. Buckled away at the last gate. This is why your haplogroup will never rise from the ashes. Now, I need to luxuriate in the private company of my bae. Leave me. I cannot possibly imagine what else we have to discuss, Tibere Vasholian. Your love for disco music and venereal disease?
Bye! Can I just walk past you? Oh God, this damn autosave, really? Well, okay, that's good, because, I really don't... Okay, yeah, that's fine, whatever. Oh my God, that guy can talk. And I mean talk. How long have I been... I had to take a break at the end of that. 40 minutes! Oh, no, well, less than that, but my God!
How can I help you?
The measurehead thing didn't go well for me. You're right, that guy has a very interesting mind, a very philosophical mind that he hides behind, if you get my drift.
Sorry. Busy surveying the situation. I'm sure you'll figure something out. You guys have all sorts of gadgets these days. Wiretapping, telescopic batons, futuristic circuit bending to infiltrate harbor machinery. Maybe you could even knock that Kowalson crane over using some remote controls. Or calling in tactical air support. You guys have air support, right?
I'm pretty sure we don't. Or, at the very least, not all of the things that you mentioned.
I get it. Hush hush about the secret technology.
He pats the side of his nose with his index finger.
Alright, I may have some advice for you on how to deal with Jean-Luc there, out of solidarity to the RCM. It's low in technology, however.
Really? You do?
First, don't fight him, obviously. Second, get him to share his theory by being subordinate. Admit your lack of expertise. Basically grovel. That's how I do it. You're welcome.
Maybe that would work. We'll have to see.
Well, it would, but... oh my god, I really don't want to... Kim?
Yes?
Oh my god. I don't want to continue with this man because god damn, he talked so freaking much. Is it time yet for, you know, the dinner hour? It is 7 right now. Please tell me it's open. Maybe I can get another way into the harbor through here. Not qu- oh wait, no, it is. I just can't get in here. I don't remember what time this opens here, but that's fine. It is a lot of places. There's a lot of people here. Okay, that's cool. More people to talk to. Yummy! Actually, can I even talk to any... oh god, these people are just placeholders. I can't even talk to them. Are you serious? Well, whatever. I'll figure it out later, because I really have no idea what to do at this point. If I have to, then I will... assimilate myself to this man's... super... psychophilosophical... alchemic pseudoscience... ideals that I can't even wrap my head around. I swear, I probably only understood 10% of what he said, and the 10% I did understood just screamed masked racism. I mean, ethno-states where basically only people of certain ethnicities can live, segregation and all that. Oh my god, ugh. I mean, at least he was entertaining. The lorry driver just pissed me off. This guy, even with his big, pretty words masking behind, confusing, but entertaining to try and peek into his mindset, which was not successful for me. Oh god. Oh, that's enough. I got a headache from this. I need a rest. Later, everyone.